get ready to guess who Old King Cole was, where the world's largest department store is, and when Evie Eddy went into business. If you can guess, you'll win on Guess What? And now, here he is, the man we've all been waiting for, the star of our show, Robin Ward.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, and welcome to Guess What? We're got a very exciting day today because for the first time in a very, very long time, we have champions who are at the point of winning that grand prize. If they win today, they will be grand prize winners. We haven't had that for, I don't know, a long time, isn't it, Nick?
Eons.
Right,
Months.
so let's get right into the game today and do battle and see how they do. Let's meet the teams, please.
All right, Robin, here they are, our champions. They've won 6 games, great prizes in cash money amounting to $600. Meet the Hunts.
My name is Sean Hunt, and I'm a grade 13 student right now. And this is my mother, Blanche, and my brother, James.
Now, this is game 7 for you, and do you feel confident that you can win that grand prize, even though statistics are against you? I mean, it's 0.8% chance, according to the statistics you worked out on the computer.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Not confident.
But reasonably. I mean, I think the last 2 games you kind of squeaked through it a little bit. But the tension match should be an interesting day today, and I look forward to it. And nice to have you back. And Blanche, how are you?
Hello, Robin. It's nice to be back. And we just like to get it close to build up the tension.
Right. Well, it's been very close the last 2 games, and this one should be interesting to see what develops today.
Yes.
I don't remember the last time we had grand prize winners, but I think it was some months ago. So you're the first. Good luck, James. Nice to have you back.
Well, I think that 0.8 is a little high. I think we've defied a lot of odds just by making it this far.
Indeed, you have.
The teams are getting tougher and tougher.
That's
I
right.
find.
Well, I wish you the very best, and right now I think you'd probably be interested to see who you're facing today. Nick, let's meet the challengers, please.
All right, Robin, here's a family that found out that there are untold advantages to being stood up. Meet the Rensiks.
Hi, Sharon. How are you? Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you, too.
Is that all you care to say? I thought you had to launch into some story about being stood up. Now, in your little research blurb that our department works out, it mentioned that you had a sort of an unpleasant experience with Dave Duvall and Tom Gibney.
Oh, yes.
Our own men here. What happened?
Yes, well, I used to work in a store, in a photo finishing store in Whitby. And they came into the store a couple of times, and I made a complete fool out of myself when I saw them. Oh,
I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure they were charmed.
Oh, well, I don't think so.
What exactly did you do, dare we
Well,
ask?
I started doing this
Really?
and all this and stuttering. And
You're kind of in awe
yes,
of Tom Gibney
yes.
and Dave Duvall.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure, fine. Good luck on our show today, and Emmy, welcome to Guess What? Nice to see you.
Nice to be here. I'm Emmy Cox, and this is my daughter and my son-in-law, Jan.
And you're an actress, are you?
Well, yeah.
You're a character actress.
That's right.
Yeah. What kind of work have you been doing lately?
I haven't done anything for some time. My health wouldn't let me.
But I know you were
I
in
had
the
to
theater.
retire,
You were in
yes.
the theater. You did play Poor Alex, I know for a fact. And did you do sort of television plays as well?
A lot, and
Really?
a lot of commercials, too.
Oh, really? Well, you've got a great
I
face.
played with Jimmy Stewart right here in the studio
Is that
some time
so?
ago.
What was that Harvey?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
he put his
wonderful.
hand on my arm, and I've never washed
Never
it
watched
since.
Great. Well, all the best of luck on our show today. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
This is Jan. How you doing, Jan?
Very good.
see
Very
you.
good. It's great to be here. I'm in the construction business with my father, and I'm just looking to have fun here today.
And you met your wife you both were stood up, and
Yes.
that's how you met?
Well, I ended up at the party with the person I was supposed to be going with, but somehow I lost her during the night, and I met my wife there.
Across a crowded room, you saw your wife,
Yes.
and the rest is history.
Yes.
Good luck to everybody today. It should be an interesting game, and if you're ready to play it, then look at our board and let's play! Okay, here we go with our first question. It's worth 60 points, as always. If you like to read epoch-making novels like Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, then this question is for you. After Old King Cole, the merry old soul, called for his pipe and bowl, what the heck did he request then? His 5 horses, his 2 slippers, his kidney pie, his 4 jesters, his 6 maidens, or his 3 fiddlers? What did Old King Cole call for after his pipe and his bowl? And for 60 points, we don't call for Sean. We start with Sean.
His 3 fiddlers.
That is correct. 60 points. Off to a good start. Okay, straight into the second question. Again, it's worth 60 points. The Kalahari Desert is a dry wasteland which covers about 200,000 square miles. In which one of the following countries would you find the Kalahari Desert? In South Africa, in Libya, Iran, India, South America, or Saudi Arabia? Where would you find the Kalahari Desert? And with 60 points, we start with Sharon.
Saudi Arabia.
That is incorrect, Sharon. Down to 50 points, over to Blanche.
India.
That is also incorrect. Down to 40 points, and over to Emmy.
South Africa.
That is correct for 40 points. When Blanche answered that question, she took a look over at her son Sean and thought, if I don't get it right, he's going to kill me. And that may happen yet, Blanche. We'll see. Okay, let's go straight to a team effort question. Raise those little flaps, if you would. And we'd like you to take a look at the monitor over here. Now, the distinguished gentlemen in this photograph were famous circus performers from the turn of the century. It was not so much their fashionable hairdos, but the fact their tiny pointed skulls made them a big attraction. What were they billed as, these people? A, the eggheads, B, the coneheads, C, the boneheads, or D, the pinheads? And you have 5 seconds to think about that important question. And time is up. Sean, what do you think?
D, the pinheads.
You think the pinheads? And Blanche?
D, the pinheads.
And James.
D, the pinheads.
James looks depressed, and understandably so. This is not an important question of our time. Let's go to the Rensinks and see how Sharon voted.
B, the coneheads.
And Emmy?
C, the boneheads.
And Jan.
B, the coneheads.
All right. Let's find out right now the name of this particular act. The answer is D, the pinheads. Now, on my card for my research, it says that they were, circus performers from the turn of the century. They had pointed skulls, and it says they were well below average height, but they were not dwarfs. But it doesn't say what they did. I mean, surely they didn't just stand there with their little pinheads and have people come and look at them. We'll never know. Never know, but a career is a career. Yeah. Okay, we had 3 correct answers on the Hunt side. They put 100 points on the board. No correct on the Rensing side at this point. At this juncture in the game, our champions have 160 points, our challengers 40 points, and round 2 is coming up after these words. Okay, the Hunts are champions. This is game 7 for them, and if they win today, they will win our grand prize. Nick, can I tell you right now what that prize is?
It's a trip to Greece from Olympic Airways and Apirotiki Cruises. 3 will fly out of Toronto to cruise to the beautiful islands of Greece. Compliments of Olympic Airways and Apirotiki Cruises. A trip worth $10,000.
Okay, let's go straight into the second round. As I said before we went out to commercial, that our champions have 160 points versus our challengers 40 points. Here's the first question in this round, worth again 60 points. The Mafia originally was a secret Sicilian society, as you know, a terrorist society. The word mafia comes from the Arabic word maifil. What does the word maifil or mafia mean? Does it mean criminals, killers, government, butchers, union, or fish merchant? What does the word mafia actually mean? And for 60 points, we start with James.
Union.
That is correct for 60 points. Yeah, the mafia was originally formed to combat corruption and tyranny, and it gradually evolved into a criminal organization, but its intentions in the beginning were good. So good answer on that, James. Not an easy question. Let's go to the second question, again worth 60 points. The largest department store in the world is located in New York City. What is the name of this department store? Is it Gimbel's, Macy's, Sears, Hills, Woolworths, or Creed's? The name of the largest department store in the world located in New York City. And for 60 points, we start with Jan.
Macy's?
Macy's is correct for 60 points. Yeah, Macy's actually covers 50.5 acres and employs 13,600 people in its staff. Amazing. Okay, let's go to an audio question. We'd like you to listen carefully to this. I used to love that song back in the 60s, and I used to be able to dance like crazy with that. Now I dance for like 30 seconds, and I'm exhausted. What is time catching up with me, Nick?
That's it, kid.
Is it middle age, reared his
Time
ugly
marches
head?
on.
That was Steppenwolf singing their big hit from 1969, Born to be Wild. Now that, of course, was featured in the movie Easy Rider, as I remember. A great movie starring Peter Fonda and
Jack Nicholson.
yeah, Jack Nicholson's first film, as a matter of fact.
That's
You're
right.
right. The name of the group Steppenwolf comes from the title of a book written in 1927. Who wrote the novel Steppenwolf? Was it Goethe, Hegel, Immanuel Kant, Heinrich Heine, Hermann Hesse, or Gotthold Lessing? Who wrote the novel Steppenwolf? 60 points. We start with Sean.
Immanuel Kant.
That is incorrect. Down to 50 points. Over to Sharon.
Heinrich Heine.
That's also incorrect. Down to 40. Over to Blanche.
J.W. Goethe,
Nope. Down to 30 points. Over to Emmy.
George Hegel,
No. Down to 20 points. Last chance to make a point, James.
Herman Hesse.
That is correct for 20 points. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the reason the group named itself Steppenwolf is that novel was such a huge kind of cult hit in the 60s. It was a book that reflected the spiritual loneliness faced in a mechanized urban society and was kind of embraced by the hippie generation as part of their kind of Bible, in a sense. So good answer on that, James. Salvage some points. Let's go to a team effort. Raise those little flaps, if you would, please. And keep your answers confidential. Take a look over here at the monitor. Now, the house in this photograph is known as Bellevue House. It was built in 1840 by a retired grocer and rented to Sir John A. Macdonald as a country house for his wife from 1848 to 1849. I don't know what this question has to do with this house, but we'd like to throw a picture up there. The question is, what was Sir John A. Macdonald's wife's first name? Was it... Was it A? Now, I don't know how they tie this house with his wife's first name, but they managed to do it. Was his wife's first name A, Betty, B, Isabella, C, Dorothy, or D, Phyllis? You have 5 seconds to think about that. Time is up. Sean, what do you think?
A, Betty.
You think it was Betty? And Blanche?
C. Dorothy,
And James, what do you think?
B.
I
Isabella.
think it's Isabella, and looking at the house obviously gave you a lot of clues as to what her first name was. So let's go to the Rensinks and see how they voted. Sharon?
B. Isabella.
And Emmy? And
is
Jan?
Phyllis.
A, Betty.
Let's find out right now. So John A. Macdonald's wife's first name, the answer is B. Isabella, in fact. And let's see how we voted here. James had it right. He puts 20 points on the board for the champs. And also Sharon had it right, 20 points on the board for our challengers. At the end of this round, our champions, the Hunts, have 280 points. Our challengers have 120 points. And there's more coming up after these words. Stay with us. If you would like to join us on Guess What as a contestant or a member of our audience, all you got to do is write to us, and Nick's going to give you that address right now.
All right, Robin, if you plan to be in Toronto and would like to be a part of Guess What in the audience or as a player, please write Guess What, Box 9, Station O, Toronto, Ontario, M4A 2M9.
And some members of our studio audience win prizes, and Nick's going to tell you what some of those prizes just might be.
Some members of our studio audience may receive prizes furnished from Added Touch Cake Mix. There's lots of moist, delicious flavors to choose from, but only one kind of quality, the best. Added Touch, your best value. And our consolation winners will receive a fashionable ensemble from Imperial, including comforter, ruffle, and shams to give your bed that stylish look. From Imperial, your bedroom supplier for the past 35 years.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, the final round is here, and our champions, the Hunts, are going for that grand prize. At the moment, they are in the lead. They have a fairly commanding lead of 160 points, so they're within sight maybe of that grand prize, but Rensinks are challengers. It's not over yet. You have another round, plus that final team effort with which to catch up and possibly take the lead, wrench it from their grasp. So here is the final round, the first question of which is worth 60 points. Here it is. In 1854, E.B. Eddy established a matchmaking factory in Hull, Quebec. He was once quoted as saying those immortal words, quote, "I'm the greatest matchmaker in the world." Thank you, Mr. Eddy, for those memorable words. What does E.B. stand for in E.B. Eddy's name? Eddie Burt, Edward Bob, Errol Bart, Eric Barney, Ezra Butler, or Elmer Barnard? What does EB stand for in EB Eddie's name? And for 60 points, we start with our challengers and Jan.
Elmer Bernard.
That is incorrect, Jan. Down to 50 points, over to Sean.
Eric Barney.
That is also incorrect, down to 40, and over to Sharon.
Errol Bart.
Nope, down to 30 points, and over to Blanche.
Eddie Burt.
Nope, down to 20. Last chance to make a point. Emmy, it's over to you.
Ezra Butler.
That is correct for 20 points. Okay, good answer on that. Let's go to the next question. Again, it's worth 60 points. Which one of the following things would you store in a Leyden jar? A Leyden jar, L-E-Y-D-E-N, a Leyden jar. Would you store pickles, jams, nails, chutney, electricity, or bacteria? What would you store in a Leyden jar? And for 60 points, we start with James.
Pickles.
That is incorrect. Down to 50 points, over to Jan.
Bacteria.
Nope, down to 40 points, over to Sean.
Nails.
Nope, down to 30 points, over to Sharon.
Chutney.
Nope, down to 20 points. Again, it's the last chance to make a point, and Blanche, it's up to you.
Jams.
No, you'd store electricity. Isn't that interesting? The Leyden jar is one of the earliest forms of condensers used to store an electric charge. It was invented in Leyden, and hence the name the Leyden jar. I'm surprised. I thought, obviously, maybe they don't use it anymore. I don't know. Anyway, we've reached the final question in our game. It's a team effort, so flaps up if you would, please. And this being the last question, of course, the point value is triple. It's a chance to add 300 points to your score. The champions, the Hunts, want to win that grand prize, which they will do if they're successful in this game today. And right now, they're ahead by 140 points. No, by 140 points. And of course, it being the last question, the Rensings could win the game if they're very successful with this question. Here is the final one. In the 1600s, English cavaliers made up the tune Yankee Doodle Came to Town upon a Kentish pony, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Now, who were the cavaliers making fun of in this song? A, Oliver Cromwell, B, King George I, C, Napoleon I, or D, Guy Fawkes? Who were the cavaliers making fun of when they invented the song Yankee Doodle Came to Town? And you have 5 seconds. Time is up. Sean, what is your answer?
D, Guy Fawkes.
And Blanche?
D. Guy Fawkes.
And James?
A, Cromwell.
And let's see how our challengers voted. Sharon?
B, King George.
And Emmy?
B, King George.
And Jan?
A, Cromwell.
Let's find out right now who they were making fun of. The answer is A, Oliver Cromwell. Our grand prize winners are the Hunts. Congratulations. Bravo. Well, congratulations to a terrific team who have beaten the odds and done the almost impossible. They've won a grand prize. They've won umpteen bonus prizes, plus many other things on the show. And I congratulate you. And apart from the grand prize, you've also won another nice prize for your efforts today. And Nick's going to tell you what that prize is right now.
It's the new Minolta Freedom 3, offering you automatic film advance and rewind, decision-free flash for best exposure with ultralight, compact design. Set yourself free with the new Minolta Freedom 3. And a selection of tools from Stanley Works of Canada. With high-quality tools, Stanley helps you do things right. Putting your toolkit together with the best means Stanley.
Thank you. Well, Rensix, it was a tough fight today, and you did well, and I hope you had a good time on our show. And, of course, we've got some nice runner-up prizes for you, and all the very best. And thanks for taking the time to be with us on Guess What. It's a pleasure having you here. And to our champions, our grand prize winners, the Hunts, congratulations once again. And it's not even over yet, because we'll be playing for cash and a bonus prize right after these words. Okay, it's time for our bonus round, and before we get into that, we're going to find out what our bonus prize is today.
You could win this lovely Tilly briefcase. A rich color contrast provides understated elegance, crafted in the finest English goat skin. Only the best from Tilly.
Okay, here we go into our bonus round, the final one for you. And the first question, as always, is worth $50. And here is the question. Devil's Island, or Ile du Diable, was a French prison opened in 1854 and closed in 1945. In which one of the following bodies of water would you find Devil's Island? Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, or the Baltic Sea? Where would you find Devil's Island? And for $50, we start with Sean.
The Pacific Ocean?
That is incorrect. Over to Blanche.
The Atlantic
That
Ocean.
is correct for $50. You know, in the 90-odd years that Devil's Island was around, 70,000 convicts were sent there. Only 2,000 of those 70,000 returned to France after their sentences. It's an amazing statistic. Nobody, I don't think, ever escaped from that island, or maybe one or two people, but very, very few. Good answer on that. Let's go straight to the second bonus question. Again, it's worth $50. This time it's a little harder. There'll be 5 answers up here. Joe Magarac is a mythical strongman reputed to be 7 feet tall. Which one of the following groups of people is he supposed to have represented? The farmers, the steel workers, the sailors, the mechanics, or the fishermen? And for $50, we start with Blanche.
The sailors.
That is incorrect. Over to James.
Steelworkers.
That is correct for $50. Yeah, it said that Joe Magarac was born in a mountain and is made of steel. He makes steel rails by squeezing the hot steel through his hands.
Wow.
Joe Magarac.
Joe Magarac.
Okay. You've reached the final plateau. This is for the bonus prize itself. And are you ready for this final answer on the show? This is the ultimate. This is as much as you can do. Russ Jackson is obviously a famous Canadian football player who scored 55 touchdowns and saw 4 Grey Cup finals during his career between 1958 and 1969. Which one of the following teams did Russ Jackson play for? The Rough Riders, the Blue Bombers, the Argos, the Alouettes, the BC Lions, or the Tiger Cats? For the bonus prize, we start with James.
Rough Riders.
That is correct for the bonus prize. Congratulations. Well, it's been wonderful having you on the show. You are terrific champions. You are grand prize winners. You've won most of the bonus prize. You've taken everything but my salary on this show. And if you're around any longer, you'd probably take that too. I congratulate you. You're a terrific team. And it's been an enormous pleasure having you on the show. We hope you had a good time. And come back and see us anytime. Thanks for being with us on Guess What? And to our audience, thanks for being with us. And to you at home, glad you tuned in. Hope to see you next time on Guess What? Bye-bye, and be good to each other.
Promotional consideration from Collagen Foam Bath and Body Lotion, specializing in maintaining skin moisture and regaining suppleness without leaving an oily film. Collagen Foam Bath and Body Lotion. And Mighty Drop. Now you can eliminate unpleasant odors in seconds. Mighty Drop, the quick, easy way to deodorize and freshen your home. In drop or concentrated spray, Mighty Drop. And Dermatone, save your skin with Swedish formula Dermatone. It's 100% water-free and allows 5 times normal sun exposure. Dermatone saves your skin, keeps moisture in. This is Nick Hollenrake speaking for Guess What? A Glen Warren production.